Hi you guys, and welcome to another episode of Learn Tarot with Nikki. Today we're going to be talking about the Emperor, which is the fourth card in the deck. Technically the fifth, but it is number 4. I want to talk about some numerology real quick. So the number 4 is typically a symbol of structure and stability because it's a square, right? It's a box, it's a container. So that's where the divine masculine energy comes in here of giving those energies to us or embodying that within ourselves so that we can give it to ourselves and others. It's a beautiful card. I love the divine masculine. I have no problem with men. I know a lot of people actually get triggered by this card a little bit. That's like some inner work that needs to be done, but I love him. This is like the king, like you have the empress, right? And this is her divine counterpart, the emperor. Okay, usually he's sitting on a throne, obviously, because he's a king, right? He's dressed in king's clothing, and then there's a lot of symbolism around him. And just the overall energy of this card is very red, very orange, yellow, very warm and hot. The masculine is hot, and the feminine is cold, temperature-wise. Sometimes it says he's wearing royal purple, I guess, in some decks, but red is also a very royal color because it symbolizes authority. So his throne represents his authority, his stability, and his ability to govern and be in charge. This can mean the government when it comes in a reading. It can mean law enforcement, a teacher, or it can mean the kind of the microscopic scale of our life, which is our own routines, our own structure, our own self-discipline. The ram's heads symbolize assertiveness, leadership, determination, ability to push through obstacles, ability to hold space and be a container for ourselves and others, and kind of do what needs to get done. It's that energy of the divine masculine that is very much like tunnel vision, and I'm going to get this done. I don't care what it takes, in a healthy way, assuming, right? This is saying when the card's upright. Obviously reversed, it's going to be the opposite. In my opinion, the chakra that this can be associated with is the root chakra, because it's all about stability and structure and a container. The armor or shield obviously signify protection, defense, and resilience, and the ability and will to fight for, what is right in a healthy way. The globe or the orb symbolize his worldly power and influence over his domain. Because traditionally, in a lot of cultures and species even, the masculine is the leader. He is the one that is the head of the household. Whether you agree with it or not, this is how society has been ran and how humans have evolved. Tarot encompasses everything. If you really look at the symbolism, evolution, hello, that's why I love it so much. There is a such thing as a healthy amount of control over something, right? The things that we're responsible for, including ourselves, we need to have control over to an extent. And the Aries symbol represents his association with Aries, which is known for leadership, assertiveness, and initiative. Aries is the head. That's the part of the body that it rules. It's a very fiery, warrior, determined, spicy sign. I love them. I used to not get along with Aries, but I like them now because they're ruled by Mars. And it's also associated with Capricorn, but we'll get there in a minute. Okay, meanings and interpretations. Authority and leadership, like I said. He embodies the qualities of structure, discipline, and order. Father figure. He represents paternal authority, protection, and guidance. That aspect of the divine masculine, that's our father. This is big sky daddy energy, big Saturn energy. When I think of God, I think of the divine masculine and divine feminine that watches over all of us. So when I do readings, this is what a lot of people refer to as God, just as the Empress would be the goddess. And sometimes he'll just kind of pop out in readings that the cards will have nothing to do with that. He's just letting you know that he's there, which is always nice, because we all need that fatherly love in our life, because they give us structure. Establishment and control, establishment of rules, systems, order, structures, containers, holding something, holding the feminine. He signifies taking charge, making decisions, getting through obstacles, and exercising authority. And he embodies the traditional divine masculine, such as strength, assertiveness, and logical thinking. Alright, reversed. When this comes up reversed, there is a definite imbalance in the person's energy. Your root chakra can be thrown off. You know, you're under what feels like a dictatorship. Someone is being very tyrannical with you. Being victim to abuse of power, or abusing your own power. Authoritarianism, or the misuse of authority. It can also, so it can be either too much or too little. That's what I'm saying. When there's an imbalance, this card will come up. Because too little structure, you'll be all over the place. You'll be energetically messy, not getting anything done, not really caring, not being responsible. But if you have too much structure, you can't be free. And it's very constricting to your energy. So lack of authority can be one, lack of leadership, indecisiveness, not being able to make a decision, not wanting to make a decision, or challenges in asserting control and dominance when you need to be. Rebellion or anarchy. So rebelling against society, rebelling against authority, being defiant, instability in your life. That can be financial instability, emotional instability, resource instability, housing instability. There's a million things it can be. But the general consensus is, regardless, when this card is reversed, something is unstable. Usually the cards around it will tell you how to fix it. But it also creates instability when there's not, how do I say this? When there's too much structure, that also makes things unstable, okay? Imagine a huge, huge, huge mountain or a boulder just like falling on a house. The house being your stability, right? It's going to crumble because the rock is too heavy, it's too harsh. The house can't go anywhere, it just gets crushed. Yeah, too much or too little structure, lack of boundaries, too many boundaries so that you're not letting things in either. Discernment is basically the solution to fix that issue. Astrology, he's associated with Aries, of course, which is correlated with Mars, the planet of action, war, assertiveness, divine masculine energy, that warrior masculine side. He's also associated with Capricorn and Saturn, like I said, big sky daddy energy. Very karmatic. This card can also indicate karma, good or bad, because of its association with Saturn. Like I said, Saturn is kind of that sky daddy that kind of pops out when you need him to check you. He's not as soft and cuddly as Venus can be, but he's there when you need him type energy. So the divine masculine and divine feminine are always watching over all of us, but, you know, there's a lot of people on this earth, so, yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sorry, y'all. My caffeine's wearing off. Saturn and Mars can both be very forceful and dynamic. Mars is a little bit more impulsive and fiery, and Saturn is a little bit more, long-term, slow-moving, like long-term karma, long-term decisions. Okay? So, that's about it for the Emperor. It's a very complex card. It embodies a lot of energy. It definitely encourages us to establish order in our life. Like, imagine a container of water. The water can move around, right? But it's safe, it's contained. So that's kind of the balance between the masculine and feminine. And if this card comes up in a reading, it's very important because everything is made of masculine and feminine energy. So if it's imbalanced, you need to fix it, like, quick. Okay? All right. I hope you guys like this. I know it's a lot of information. If you want your own personal reading, click the link in the description and I will take care of you. I'm always here for my clients. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your love and support. And I'll see you next time. Bye.